Welcome. You are watching a review of the hottest events in the cryptocurrency world from the past week, from May 17th to May 24th. Today, we will talk about major victories by law enforcement over crime, alarming cyber threats, high-profile hacks, and unexpected decisions by the authorities. There will be both joy for successes and outrage over problems. Just like in real crypto life over these 7 days. Stay with us. It's going to be interesting. Let's start with a stunning international operation against drug traffickers on the darknet. Law enforcement agencies from 10 countries jointly carried out a large-scale raid and arrested 270 people connected to a major network of drug and weapons dealers. During this global special operation, more than 2 tons of drugs were confiscated, including 144 kilograms of dangerous substances containing fentanyl, and 180 firearms were seized. And most importantly, law enforcement officers seized cash and cryptocurrency totaling over $200 million. Just think about it. These colossal funds, obtained through criminal means, will now not return to the black market. According to the U.S. Department of Justice, among those detained were the organizers of the well-known darknet platforms Nemesis Market and Incognita Market, who used cryptocurrencies to sell opioids and launder profits. Serious charges have already been brought against them. Notably, law enforcement officials are calling this operation, dubbed Raptor, one of the largest in history. Such a scale of seizures of weapons, drugs, and money is extremely rare. This operation is a huge blow to the underground drug trade, proving that criminals cannot hide forever behind the veil of anonymity and cryptocurrency. Sooner or later, justice will catch up with them. News like this is inspiring. The criminals got what they deserved, which means the world of cryptocurrency has become at least a little bit safer. And now, some news that's rather unsettling. It turns out that even ordinary browser extensions can be a Trojan horse. Security experts from Domain Tools have discovered an entire network of more than 100 malicious extensions for Google Chrome. These extensions disguise themselves as popular applications, from cryptocurrency wallets and utilities to YouTube, VPN services, and even AI assistants. If a user installs such a plugin, they are exposed to serious risk. Attackers can gain control over their accounts, steal personal data, and spy on their online activity. In fact, such an extension opens a back door for hackers, a secret, hidden entryway into your browser. And it gets worse. Stolen session cookies allow criminals to infiltrate corporate networks as well. Imagine if a company employee's cookies are stolen. This could lead to their work VPN or account being hacked. And from there, it's just a short step to an attack on the entire company. To Google's credit, most of these dangerous plugins have already been removed from the Chrome Web Store. But what's concerning is that some of them were still publicly available at the time they were discovered. So stay vigilant, even when downloading extensions from the official store. Don't be lazy about checking their reputation and reviews. In today's digital world, a little extra caution won't hurt. After all, your money and personal data are at stake. Meanwhile, law enforcement has scored another victory against cybercriminals. This time, the focus was on a dangerous stealer virus called Luma. U.S. Special Services managed to seize control of its command panel, while their colleagues in Europe and Japan disabled the main infrastructure of this malware. Moreover, Microsoft Corporation obtained a court order to block approximately 2,300 domains associated with Luma. This malicious program had been active since late 2022, spreading covertly, for example, through comments on GitHub and websites with deepfake generators. The criminals even sold access to it by subscription, costing from $250 to $1,000. After infecting a system, Luma would steal everything it could reach: data from browsers and applications, from cryptocurrency wallets and cookies to passwords, credentials, and even bank cards. And it did this in a very cunning way, skillfully evading detection by antivirus programs. But now it seems the game is over. Law enforcement has effectively decapitated this cyber gang. And that's not all. At the same time, as part of this same international campaign, Europol carried out a large-scale takedown of the infrastructure of other malicious networks. According to their report, around 300 servers were taken offline and 650 domains associated with a number of dangerous viruses were neutralized. Bumblebee, Cockbot, Trickbot, and others are mentioned. 20 arrest warrants have been issued for cybercriminals involved in these attacks. More than 21 million euros have been seized from illegal circulation, of which about 3.5 million are in cryptocurrency. These impressive results inspire hope. Law enforcement is taking cybercrime seriously, and the ground is starting to burn under the feet of internet criminals. However, while some gangs have been neutralized, others continue to cause harm. Next is an extremely alarming story about a hack that affected even the US government. Imagine this. Hackers intercepted confidential messages from more than 60 top-ranking American officials. This happened through the compromise of a messenger, a modified version of Signal from the company Telemessage, which the attackers hacked back at the beginning of May. Among the victims were a wide range of officials, from rescue workers and customs officers to diplomatic staff, and even, reportedly, one person from the White House and one from the Secret Service. As we can see, hackers spare no one. It's especially bitter that the tool that was hacked was originally designed for secure communication. Telemessage is a company that specializes in secure corporate messengers. According to the investigation, on May 4th, the attackers gained access to the server of Telemessage, a company that specializes in secure versions of popular messengers. Taking advantage of their access to the internal infrastructure, they extracted a colossal amount of data in less than 20 minutes, about 410 gigabytes of user messages. To top it all off, the hackers managed to obtain the internal correspondence of employees from the well-known crypto exchange Coinbase. Fortunately, representatives of Coinbase stated that no critically important client information was transmitted through this channel. But, you have to agree, the very fact that the internal correspondence of such a well-known company was leaked is extremely unpleasant and alarming. And the organization DDoS Secrets has already announced that it will provide researchers and journalists with access to this stolen database, which includes private messages and metadata of Telemessage users. This is truly a shocking leak, causing both outrage and serious concerns about the security of confidential communications. We can only hope that the responsible authorities will draw conclusions from this scandal, although the unpleasant aftertaste will linger for a long time. Meanwhile, trouble has also struck the cryptocurrency sector itself. The blockchain project Sui has faced perhaps the largest hack of a decentralized exchange in recent times. Hackers attacked the Cetus protocol. It is the largest liquidity provider and exchange in the Sui ecosystem. And they withdrew assets totaling about $223 million. The damage is colossal. Against this backdrop, the prices of tokens associated with Sui plummeted. The Sui developers are trying to salvage the situation. They managed to freeze part of the stolen funds. Approximately $162 million have already been locked in wallets, but unfortunately, tens of millions have managed to slip into the hands of the attackers. For the young Sui blockchain, this is a major blow to its reputation and user trust. Experts are calling what happened a worrying signal for the entire DeFi industry. The security of smart contracts needs to be strengthened before such attacks undermine people's faith in decentralized finance. Meanwhile, this week, the European Union has gone on the offensive on another front. It has imposed sanctions against those who aid cyber attacks. The Council of the European Union has added a web hosting provider called Stark Industries and its two executives, brothers Yuri and Ivan Nikolita, to the blacklist. They are accused of collaborating with Russian state-sponsored hacker groups and assisting them in carrying out destabilizing cyber attacks and disinformation campaigns against EU countries and other states. Stark Industries, a company registered in the United Kingdom, provided its servers worldwide, from Europe to the United States, and even accepted payment in cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Monero, and Dash. According to experts, numerous pro-Russian DDoS attacks and information operations were conducted through Stark Industries' infrastructure. Now this company and its owners are barred from the West. They are officially on the EU sanctions list. One of the agencies under Roskomnadzor, the main radio frequency center, did not escape punishment either. It was also added to the sanctions list for its involvement in electronic warfare. Specifically, according to the EU, this center was engaged in jamming and spoofing GPS signals in the Baltic countries, as well as creating interference for civil aviation. Such actions pose a direct threat to people's safety, and the European Union has made it clear that it does not intend to tolerate this. It is symbolic that the response to digital aggression has been economic sanctions, a fair blow to those who operate from the shadows. In this way, the European Union is sending a clear message: if you help hackers, you yourself will come under sanctions. And finally, some unpleasant news about internet censorship. The authorities in Vietnam have announced that they plan to completely block the Telegram messenger in the country, and to do so by June 2nd. The reason is the company's refusal to cooperate with local law enforcement agencies. Vietnam's Ministry of Technology stated that Telegram has failed to meet several requirements. It has not registered its operations in the country, does not remove prohibited content at the request of the police, and does not provide authorities with user data for investigations. Moreover, according to official data, 68% of the approximately 9,600 Vietnamese channels and groups on Telegram are violating the law. Allegedly, these channels are used to spread toxic information, publish anti-government materials, and are even used for fraud and drug trafficking. The authorities have run out of patience and are taking an extreme step, shutting down the popular messenger. Users, of course, are shocked and outraged. For many, it was an important channel for communication and information. It's a real shame that in our time, internet freedom is once again under threat. We want to believe that the freedom to communicate can still be defended. But for now, the situation looks bleak. That's how this week turned out in the crypto world. Controversial and emotionally charged, full of both reasons to celebrate and causes for concern. On the one hand, we rejoice when we see successful operations catching criminals and strengthening the community's protection. On the other hand, we are shaken by high-profile hacks and saddened by restrictions on freedom that we thought were a thing of the past. One thing is clear: there's never a dull moment. The blockchain and cryptocurrency industry is living a vibrant, eventful life, bringing us both triumphs and challenges. Let's hope that more good news awaits us ahead and the bad will pass us by. Thank you for spending these 15 minutes with us. Take care of yourselves and your digital assets. Stay safe and stay connected. See you again in the next episode.